So harvesting cherry tomatoes, the goal is to make sure both hands stay free so that we can pick as fast as possible. Another thing to bring up is that we want to be in the tunnels harvesting cherry tomatoes after the foliage has dried out. So that's generally a little bit later in the day, but then it's also a lot hotter in there. So again, try to be as quick as possible and just be most efficient. With setup like this, where you're having 2 buckets, and you can use any type of bucket, 2-gallon bakery bucket would work as well, and then just have this simple belt which allows you to have them on either side. The beauty of this is you could have splits on one side and regulars on the other, because the other thing with cherry tomatoes is you don't want to leave any tomatoes in the house. And the reason for that is that when you let them on the ground, then they germinate in your fall greens and make a mess. So try to pick up every single tomato in the house and to get it out of the house. So this way you can see here, now I can easily just go ahead and pick the cherry tomatoes that we'll be picking off this and just set them into a bucket. And if the better that they're trellised, the easier it is going to be to harvest. So you can see how these have fallen down. So these are going to be a little challenge to harvest because now I got to bend down. But if you've done a really good job of trellising them, you'll just be basically moving straight down a side and picking all at the relatively the same height on the plant. So you can see here, I'm going to go down and get that one, and then kind of fight my way into here to pick these. We'll come down here and pick these here. But you also notice that with 2 hands, if I need to stabilize a plant to grab that one, I can easily do that. But if I was holding a bin or holding a pint with 1 hand, it'd be a lot harder to do. So when we get to the end of the row, obviously we'd have more in here, but then we just go ahead and pour these very gently right into our container right there. It also helps if you have, let's say, a table at the end of your thing, and so then you just walk up to it and you can pour it in really easily. Or you could have like your golf cart or garden cart outside of your greenhouse and then just walk out there and pour them in as well. But this way makes harvesting cherry tomatoes 3 or 4 times faster than if you're just holding a pint at one point and just walking down the row.